One degree of separation over time creates an immense gap. We drift before we crash. And this is what I try to tell every man who comes into Man Alive. It's not because we're failing, it's because we're drifting. And 1 degree, it sounds small. It is small at first. 1 degree is choosing work over connection and conversation at home. It's avoiding difficult conversations that you know lead to greater intimacy. It's supervising your kids instead of connecting and playing with them. It's going through the motions instead of being present. It's performing instead of being real. It's transactional instead of relational. 1 degree today, it's not a big deal, but played over time, the gap gets really wide. 1 degree every day for a year, in theory, you're 365 degrees away from where you started. And here's the thing, you don't notice the drift when it's happening. It's too subtle. It's not broken enough yet. You're too busy winning publicly. You're making money, closing deals, building the career. Meanwhile, at home, your wife stops asking how you're really doing because she knows she's going to get an untrue answer. Your kids stop inviting you to play because they already know you're going to say you're too busy. You stop being honest with yourself because admitting the gap means you have to do something about it. And sadly, most men wait for a crash before they get honest. Porn, affair, addictions, divorces, health scare, something big enough to force us to face the gap we've been ignoring and avoiding. That's the expensive way of dealing with these things. The other way is getting intentional before you crash. The crash is coming. You don't have to let it. Notice the drift while it's small. Close the gap while it's doable. That's what Man Alive is all about. A place for men who are smart enough and committed enough to stop the drift. Brave enough to admit it, brave enough to deal with it, ready to close the gap before it costs everything. 17 years ago, I learned the hard way. The gap doesn't close itself. It just gets wider and unsurmountable. Let's talk about your drift before we have to talk about your crash.